Today, did you know, is the World Day Against Trafficking, and the hotel industry is sending a very clear message that it will never tolerate it. And to help spread that word, it's launching a brand new campaign. It's called No Room for Trafficking. Here's a preview.
Make no mistake, human trafficking is modern-day slavery. Since trafficking networks often rely on legitimate businesses to sustain their operations and infrastructure, our industry is uniquely positioned to attack this issue head-on.
Joining me now, Chip Rogers. He's the president and CEO of the American Hotel and Lodging Association. Chip, thanks for being here. Walk me through what the plan is. How are you going to be training these workers to look for certain things and then even deal with the kind of situation they may face?
Well, Lynn, again, thanks for having us. Our hope is to train every single hotel employee across the United States. So the campaign, No Room for Trafficking, we want traffickers to understand that it doesn't matter what hotel they go to, there will be personnel on site who are trained and are able to hopefully recognize those people that are involved in trafficking so we can put a stop to it and help the victims. And then the second part of this entire campaign is to work with elected officials to make sure that training becomes uniform across the country so that we know that every hotel in every state has trained employees.
I mean, how big of a problem is this in your industry? Do these people just hide in plain sight?
Well, let's start with it's a societal problem. If you look at just how big it is globally, $150 billion industry, estimated up to 40 million people annually involved in trafficking. That's the size of the entire state of California. So it's really a problem for society, but we know that hotels are a part of it. We know that we can be part of the solution. So, yeah, they're not in plain sight. If they were, this job would be a lot easier. But if we have people that are properly trained to identify it, we can begin to stop it, at least in hotels. And then we want to be a catalyst for other industries to look and see what we're doing so they can be part of the solution as well.
We found it interesting. There was a Polaris project trying to fight this as well, and it found that 94% of victims felt no one really identified that this was an issue or even tried to help. Do you think that there's a hesitation to get involved, or do you think that there's trouble in identifying what it is?
Actually, Lynn, there's both. First of all, identifying it is the key. But then even if you see something that doesn't look quite right, some people don't really know what is the next step. What should I be doing to help solve this problem? And so our part here in this process is to both train them to identify and then let them know you have a responsibility to report that to someone, and then the process will take place after that. But hotel employees can be the first line of defense for both the identification and the reporting of suspected trafficking.
And just real quick, some ways that you help employees identify this sex trafficking.
Well, employees need to know what to look for in relationships because you're going to see victims that have certain signs. And those signs are key to making sure that you can report that to someone and give a description of who the perpetrator may be, who the victim may be, so that law enforcement can take it from that point.
Yeah, Chip Rogers, thanks so much for your good work. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.